I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty excited about unboxing this. I've got the new Dell XPS 15 9570. And the reason I'm quite excited is because I actually use the current Dell XPS 15 9560 as my main everyday workhorse laptop. And I really like it, but I wouldn't mind a bit of a performance upgrade, especially as I shoot in high quality 4K, sometimes 4K 60, and so editing and rendering videos can sometimes push this a bit too hard. And that's why I've been looking forward to this, because even though the XPS 15 2-in-1 came out a month or so ago, that didn't really give the performance upgrade I wanted. This is the proper notebook update for the XPS 15 line. So we've got the main laptop box as well as the power, which looks to be pretty much identical to before. It's not USB-C, it's still using a DC power in, which is a little bit annoying, I guess. I do like the idea of laptops with USB-C charging, so I can use the same one for my phone, but alas, no. So the first thing I've noticed is this is a little bit of a different color. If I put it next to the current XPS 15, you can see they've gone for more of a silver than a gray. So yeah, you might have a little bit of trouble telling these two apart in terms of design, but that's because it's more of a hardware upgrade or a spec refresh on the new XPS. So this is the third year now, I believe, that we've had pretty much exactly the same design from Dell. Now, I'm not complaining because it is still one of the nicest, smartest looking laptops out there, but I guess after 3 years, it would be nice to see something a little bit different. But you can't really complain. It's still a beautiful looking machine. We've got an aluminium chassis, a carbon fiber composite palm rest, nice smooth glass trackpad, chiclet keyboard, and super thin bezels, or what Dell call an infinity edge display. So what that means is you're getting a 15.6 inch laptop screen in a chassis, in a body that is the same size as a normal 14-inch laptop. Having a quick look round, there's not a whole lot that's actually new here. The biggest changes include the USB-C port, which is Thunderbolt 3, but now supports 4-lane PCIe Thunderbolt 3, so full speed Thunderbolt 3, so you could hook up a external graphics card through a graphics dock if you want. We've also got a fingerprint reader built into the power button. Previously, it was an optional upgrade on the keyboard which went here, which I never really used that much, but now it's built into the power button, so that's really handy. And also the webcam has been moved from about here to here, so still a bit of a rubbish location, but at least it's now central and looking up both your nostrils rather than just your left one. Perfect. We're in. So as you can see, I have gone for the 4K option. Now compared to my current XPS 15, which was the full HD model, well, first of all, you can see that there really isn't much difference in terms of design. It is still glossy, and that was one of the problems with going for the 4K version of the XPS, was that it was really reflective. But on the new 9570, Dell have added an anti-reflective coating. So yes, while you still will get some reflections, it's not nearly as bad as it was before. So you can go full HD or 4K, but really the big news, the headline here, is what it says on this little label. Intel Core i9 8th Gen. This is one of the first laptops to come with the latest and greatest super powerful i9 processors. We're talking 6 cores and a maximum clock speed of 4.8 gigahertz. Now, whether paying extra to get an i9 versus an i7 processor is worth it is something that I'll have to test going forward. I don't know at this point whether it's really worth it just yet, but either way, if you go for the i7 or the i9, you're getting a 6-core processor. That's up from 4 cores on the previous generation. So we're looking at a good 40–50% boost in CPU performance. But not only that, we also have a new graphics card. The 9570 comes with a GTX 1050 Ti versus last year's 1050. But there's a caveat, there's a little asterisk, because it's a 1050 Ti Max Q. The 1050 Ti Max Q is around 10 to 15% less powerful than the normal 1050 Ti. So coming from the 1050 on last year's model, I don't think we're going to see a huge improvement in terms of graphics performance, maybe 10 to 20% tops, not as significant I think as the CPU upgrade. It's also got a really good range of ports with a full-size SD card reader, USB 3, another USB 3, full-size HDMI, USB-C, Thunderbolt 3, power and headphone jack. And I have to say, I am quite glad that Dell stuck with the same keyboard and touchpad as the previous XPS 15 and not the super shallow maglev keys you get on a 2-in-1. This XPS continues to have one of the best keyboards and touchpads on any Windows laptop right now. It really is a joy to use. So how much will this set you back? Well, the entry-level model in the UK will cost you £1,300. In the US, it's just $900. But the reason for that is we don't have the same super entry-level model that you get in the States, which comes with a 1TB hard disk. However, this one is a little bit more expensive. It's the top of the line, all singing, all dancing version with a 4K screen, 1TB SSD, the 1050 Ti, the i9 processor, and 32 gigs of RAM. This will set you back £2,600 or $2,300. Again, there's a bit of a price difference, but then you have to consider the US, you add on sales tax after that. So that is a lot of money, high-end MacBook Pro 15 kind of money. Having said that, if you go for the full HD model rather than 4K, and maybe drop down to the probably better value i7 processor, then you'll save a ton compared to this super high-end version. But I can't wait to give this a proper test, really put it through its paces, and give you guys a full review in the next week or so. I'll be taking it to Computex, using it as my daily driver, so I can give you a good idea of what it's like to use and if it really is worthy of an upgrade over last year's 9560. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Would you consider buying this? Have you been waiting for it? Or is it just too expensive and not really the upgrade you want? Do let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, so I know to make more of them. And I'll see you guys next time right here on the Tech Chap. Yeah, it's cold. Great.